What's a weird thing you do as a man, but women would find crazy?
The weird thing you do
A weird
as
thing as a man that women would find crazy.
adjust my nuts.
Adjust your nuts like in public, like so like you be
Yeah,
talking to a
yeah,
woman and be like,
yeah.
you do it right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yo, I love you.
Just do it quick.
I'll just probably like do a little shimmy.
Yeah.
Act like I'm dancing. Like I
Yeah.
go because of it BSTL, ball stick to leg.
Mhm.
So I just might do a little
Right,
shimmy to free it up.
Just free it up. Just free
To
it
free
up.
it up. I said this.
The Podical Sons.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. This show is hilariously inappropriate, but intellectual beyond belief. So brace yourself, buckle up. All streaming platforms possible, Podical Sons podcast. You can see these faces as well and stuff on the YouTube side and stuff as well, and Spotify. The socials at Podical Sons. Search for the Pod Sons. You'll see these faces, and you can go on there, see the past questions and stuff that we have polled. Jump in, don't be shy, stop on by, participate and stuff, whatever. When we do a polls Mondays and Thursdays, enjoy yourself for here today. We're gonna discuss some of those polls and then some. How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, Marv. I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling?
Better. Last week, I got one of those grunts. Somebody's like, why you wearing shades and stuff like that? Are you guys inside or outside and stuff? Whatever.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I can't wear shades.
No, it's like a cardinal sin to wear shades indoors or something.
It is. Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of clubs and a lot of concerts I've been to. Motherfuckers are there with their damn shades on,
right?
Any damn way. So yell at them before you come at me. But it was the vision shit, whatever, right? I went to go get my eyes tested and stuff. If you're in the 40 club and older, you already know what the fuck your deal is, whatever. Because when that shit got dilated, like, even like these lights, oh my gosh. It felt like, I felt like? You ever seen that old Simpsons episode where like Mr. Burns and he became like the alien?
Right.
Me, and he's floating.
Yeah.
And his pupils was like that.
Super wide.
I was the same damn way.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no. Everything was a blur. So suddenly keep my shades on. So that's the reason why if anybody else had to question last week's episode and stuff.
He wasn't on drugs.
Not even the content and stuff, whatever. Yeah. She's like, yo, why are you wearing shades for? I was like, because I bought them. So,
but she's paying attention.
At last.
She knows your regular forte is to let your beautiful eyes shine through.
I squint sometimes to see my extra exotic.
Sometimes you get them the exotic squint look.
It's my bootleg bedroom eyes. All right, man.
That's it. Yeah.
What brought you joy this week, man?
The vibe in the city, man. The Jays now in the World Series, first time in 30 odd years. So it just felt good. It just every day was just like people were just talking about something other than I think the last big thing to unify us was tariffs. So other than the tariff game, we're rallying around something different, and it was fun to see. So they took the first game on Friday. They didn't win yesterday, but it's a series nonetheless. And that was actually the highlight. We recorded again. It's always good when Stefani comes through, and I have to have her on the show one time. She's a real energetic piece, and we always bring the noise when we're recording. So
dope.
So yeah, that was the highlight for me for this week. What about yourself, man? What'd you get yourself into besides the I'm gonna call it glasses gate? Besides leading your mysterious fans. Oh, I mean, was there any more run into fans? I know we talked about it briefly. How you're not aware of these fans who are out there who admire you from day to day.
No. Like I've gotten a stern talking to. I think it was this week or whatever by somebody, right? So they were saying the stuff. they were hinting, right? So one woman said to me and stuff, whatever. This is at work. One woman said to me and stuff like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a bit, whatever, right? Because some of the landscape stuff has changed a little bit, right? So I'm
a
like,
little bit.
I'm still here and stuff, whatever. I'm off in my little corner, just trying to I'm here to make my dollars and keep it pushing, whatever, right?
Right.
So meanwhile, I'm talking to her, and one of the homies and stuff is here. So it's all three of us having a conversation. There's somebody like two people down the hall. Marvin, hey. So when I heard that, whatever, I'm like, what's up? How you doing? So I waved, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then the woman, so she's like, your freaking fan club and stuff, whatever, right? So I was like, my fan club. I was like, who's the president of this fan club? Whatever. They're like, anybody saying, hey, Marvin. So I was like,
the singing hey is wild. You get the singing hey, you know, there's
it's different.
The singing hey?
I didn't know that.
There's hey, and then there's the hey, where it dips, goes down and comes back up.
Hey.
Yeah, that's different.
That's funny. So when I was saying that stuff, I was walking like after we parted ways with said woman I was talking to.
Right.
I was like, can't believe this girl, whatever. Like, fan club. He's like, oh, you're the same one talking about accountability all the damn time. And you're gonna hold yourself not accountable for a fan club you have and stuff, whatever. So I was like, okay. All right.
Gotta hold yourself accountable, man. Gotta hold yourself accountable.
Right? Like, don't flick it on me.
Yes.
Don't flick it on me. Yeah. Like, I'm a people person.
Yes,
so I just like to
this is good.
Meet and talk to people and everything like, but I guess there's certain kind of I always think about like what you said and other people said and stuff, whatever. I remember I ran into like I have a homie and stuff, whatever, that I know. His sister said something to me one day, whatever. She's like, you don't know how attractive you are. And then I remember you were saying stuff about like the charming thing and stuff like that, whatever.
Right.
But I think it's just the landscape is that people do not talk. So because people don't talk, and now you have more than just like, some weather we're having to say.
Right.
I think this is where people start to gravitate and stuff with like people who have a little bit more to say, and then much less like, I guess, the aura of the person and stuff like that, whatever, too. Because I want to say, I try to keep myself pretty much kind of together.
Yeah.
And then like, I guess like certain things and stuff like I guess like my cologne, the way I dress, something like that. And then the conversation just kind of brings everything to like a full circle.
Yeah.
So to me, it's everyday life, but to somebody else and stuff is kind of like what they might be looking for.
Right. With your responses that you get, right? Being the outgoing type, what would you say is it the percentage more of people like quick to respond and be receptive, or more of, and I don't want to say be put back, because it's not necessarily but I mean not necessarily be put back, but more like maybe caught off guard, because again, not being used to communicating or being that outgoing to person to say like, oh, I'm gonna say initiate the conversation and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
Not being like that, and then having somebody who's like that approach somebody, and it may be off-putting, and not even in a bad way, but just like caught somebody off guard. They don't even know how to respond now, because it's like, oh shit, like how do I respond? Because nobody's really stopped me and asked me like, how am I doing?
Right. So I give you a joke, whatever, right? So I think like same thing. Like we'll use my work setting and stuff as a situation and stuff, whatever, right? I was going to a direction for somebody and stuff, whatever, right? Let's say I ran into somebody and stuff, whatever, they go in whatever direction and stuff, whatever.
Right.
But they had to go other places. I'm like, you know what? I'm heading there. Can I take this thing for you and stuff like that, whatever? And the person's like, she's like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because it was like, not to give too much detail about like our hospital, but basically like we have like phones that kind of just work within the hospital parameters.
Right.
And then once you come off the grounds and stuff, whatever, it's like none, because none of the iPhone phones and stuff have SIM cards in there, right?
Right.
So she's like, shit, I got to go back that way and stuff, whatever, and everything like, but I also have to go this. I'm like, I'm going that way. I'll take it for you and stuff like that, whatever, right? So she, I guess, must have like called somebody and stuff, whatever, from her unit.
Right.
And said like, yo, if any case, Marv's going to come by
and drop it off.
And stuff like that, whatever, right? But I guess when she called and stuff, whatever, or she got off the phone with them, I was already on the floor. So say we saw each other on the main floor, and I'm on the 6th floor,
Right.
right? So when I'm on the 6th floor now, whatever, I go drop it off and stuff, whatever, and like, put it to the charger station and shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
So another nurse came walking in, she's like, oh, wow, you brought it in here. So that nurse, I know,
Yeah.
she's with 2 other nurses, and I think like the nurses probably have students and stuff with them, right?
Right.
So when she see everything and stuff, and they're like, oh, you brought it so fast and stuff for that. I'm like, it's not good when a woman calls a man fast.
Right.
I just said it like that, whatever, right? So now all of them start laughing.
Right.
And then like the students and stuff looking like, oh my gosh, like, see, I'm sorry for laughing so loud and everything like that, whatever. So then the other nurse that I don't know, she's like, yo, you're a funny guy.
Right.
So I was like,
yeah.
No, I just like to have fun. I don't consider myself funny stand-up, whatever. I just like to have fun. Like, we're here for 8 hours. Let's make the best out of the 8 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And then going about my business and stuff, living normal life or some shit like that, whatever. And I think I must have passed the student nurses and stuff, whatever. Like, hi, sir. Hi,
right,
sir.
yeah.
You're a funny guy.
Right.
So I was like, oh, these are the students that were with.
Right.
Yeah. So I was looking like, oh, okay, because I'm not on that floor.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, I went there for that purpose and stuff like that, whatever. And I was like, this is funny. So now I ran into that nurse, I think sometime recently. One of the other nurses that said like, oh, I didn't know you were so funny and everything like that, whatever.
Right.
She's now pleasant now. Hey, how are you?
Yeah,
how you going? Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm like, yo, what's your name? And then she's like, oh. And then she told me her name and stuff, whatever. So I did a full like introduction handshake. And she's like, yo, she's like, after you did that, she's like, it's been a while since anybody has actually asked me my name or introduced themselves properly.
Right.
Since the pandemic.
So
I was like, oh, shit. And she's like, yeah, consider the fact, much as we work in a hospital segment, a lot of people like will do elbow daps and stuff like that, whatever, right? And I'm like, oh, well, this is how I live. This is just my normal me.
Right.
And like the off-putting thing, like I said, it caught her more off guard because they're like, people don't really introduce themselves like that. And And when she said that, I was like, shit. So so let me ask you this. If you see somebody frequent, let's say a neighbor or two, right?
Yeah.
And you might see the neighbor and stuff, you greet them high and by. Do you ask the neighbor their name?
Yeah. For the most
That's
part,
good.
yeah. If I see him like more than twice, but at least by the second time.
And this is why we have our podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm introducing myself, you know what I mean? Because I figure, okay, more or less, like, bro, we're gonna be running into each other, you know, pretty much all the time. And I would like to know if something's happening to my neighbors next door. I know who to tell the people who lives there if anything needs to come or, you know? It's like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's the commonality is not that no more, right? Because like when I was talking to somebody else about that, like in like another later part of that day, it was kind of like the person said to me like, Mark, we have social media. We'll swap out the messages like that until we fuck with a person like that, or they have dating apps until they fuck with a person like that, whatever. Then it might progress and stuff like that, whatever. That way of like meeting, shaking people's hands and everything is very kind of like archaic, especially like the newer generation is kind of following and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like you might get a Gen Xer.
Right.
He's like a Gen Xer is second nature to them. Boomers, second nature to them. Millennials, they were the rise of the resting bitch face. So it's kind of like, it's not that warm enough for you to say, oh, I wouldn't mind meeting that person or shaking that person's hand because everybody's more standoffish.
You think the pickup artist is the thing of the past?
No.
No?
I believe the pickup artist and stuff is still king.
Okay.
Because think about it. If you're in a land with no communication and the pickup artist has the communication skills,
right,
you're God.
Okay.
But like communication artists, loyalty might be different.
But loyalty might be different. That might be a little different. Okay.
Because if you look at stuff like, yo, like think about it. Let's say set woman you might even try to talk to, whatever. Single, if he's single, hypothetically.
Yeah.
You're trying to talk, like somebody's trying to talk to a woman and stuff that are sending messages and all this type of shit, whatever.
Right.
It's nothing verbal and direct. Then you have somebody that verbal and direct say something and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
It might even be something that might just make her smile or catch her attention.
But it also has to be. It's also going to be depending on the person's looks too, right?
The level of attraction?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Because because we're still in the era of, I mean, this. I'm just saying,
Talk to me.
you look good. You're Romeo from Romeo and Juliet. You look trash. You're that heathen that's trying to bother me on the street.
Yeah.
Give him the same pickup line.
Yeah.
Give him the same pickup line.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So
presentation is everything. Like the presentation and stuff is everything, but I look at it stuff as where I guess when wearing a person down,
yeah.
it plays a factor and stuff too. I give you another side story. I'm walking in my neighborhood going for the exercise.
Right.
I see a black dude, probably about my height, talking to a white chick, right? She looked a little bit younger. Let's say if I'm looking at the guy, I want to say he's no older than 25. The woman, I'm going to say no more older than like 23, 24.
Okay.
Right? So they look about like the same age and stuff like that, whatever. And we're at the crosswalk. And we're getting ready to cross them. So he's still trying to shoot his shot and shit like that, whatever.
Right.
And then she's like, something smells good. She's like, it's me. So then she turns, she's like, no. And she points to me. She's like, I think it's him. He's like, oh, this is my homie. What? It's weird. Where do I know you from? I've even seen you in a dream. Yeah. So then now, while we're all walking across the street now, whatever, right?
Right.
While we're all walking across the street now, I kill my music now.
Yeah.
And now I take a look at dude and he's like, yeah, man, he's trying to dap me like we friends. I'm like, move your bum ass hands. Because I'm looking at him, it's like his shorts was dusty.
Wow.
Shorts was dusty, kicks was
she
dusty.
She knew right away it wasn't him smelling.
So I'm looking like,
she knew right away.
This is what I'm saying. My walking shoes and stuff, but I want to say, it might be my Air Maxes.
Yeah.
Or it might be like some old Jordans or some shit like that, whatever.
Right.
But I clean my kicks.
Yeah.
So even regardless of stuff like that, whatever, right? So she looked at stuff, whatever. Like before she said something like, now we're having like a standoff right there. I was like, I just want to keep it pushing to keep walking and be in my vibe. Mm. And then he's like, yeah, we kind of go back with her. So he dapped me. He's like, yo, please just put me on. I'm trying to get to this chick. I'm trying to hit this. So I had the alley-oop.
You got to alley-oop at that point. You got to alley-oop at that point. You couldn't spray him with a cologne, so you got to get him the alley-oop.
It was at the house.
You got to give him the alley-oop.
I was like, yeah, we go back and stuff with her. I was like, oh, did you finish coming from the gym? He's like, yeah, man, you already know I'm trying to keep it. I was
so
like,
not only did you throw him an alley-oop, but you gave him an excuse for looking so bummy.
I tried to. I did.
You gave him an excuse for looking so bummy.
I did the best. So I looked at the girl. I was like, you guys have a swell time.
And then
I got to keep it pushing. And he's like, all right, big homie.
You should have, That's some scent with
Come closer. Wafting this.
Take some of this with you.
Wafting a baccarat. Yeah. Wafting a baccarat. And take it with you or stuff, whatever. Might not linger too long. It's like the magazine samples.
Right.
Babies just rub the whole fucking magazine on their neck. It's different. But I think the level of like attraction and aura and stuff of individual does play a factor.
Yeah.
I think my mindset and stuff is just not really. My mindset right now is basically get my money.
Right.
Scrape my coins.
Yeah.
Right? I think if my mindset was woman, it wouldn't be a problem. Right?
But you see that's for some women, that's the allure. See, it's for some women, to them, it's, you're just playing hard to get because every man wants a woman. This is how they think, Marv.
Yeah,
every man wants a woman in their life, so you're just really playing hard to get. And if I join your fan club,
I'm closer to being recruited.
At least get noticed.
Oh my gosh, yo. Fucking women. Yo. And I put on my story and stuff for the other day, whatever, said 1 in every 3 women in relationships have a plan B man.
Yes, I seen that.
And I remember a discussion you and I had because one of my peoples came at me and so straight in the DM, like say I threw it in a story.
Right.
And I didn't leave the gram yet, whatever. They're like, why are you like this? It's like, there's a woman. It's like, I was like, don't question me. You're the woman. Do you have a side man? Are you 1 out of the 3? So then she started laughing and stuff, whatever, like LOL, said some emojis and stuff. I was like, I told her, I'm like, yo, I sent her a voice note. I'm like, I remember Smooth and we had a conversation on one of the podcasts way back when and stuff, whatever, but even as well, like, some women they look at certain men and stuff as a plan B dude.
Right.
Right? My thing and stuff is that motherfuckers ain't giving no consent. So that means a lot of women are out here just taking things. That's giving the R vibe, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But that's how they talk? It's giving grape. Okay? It's giving grape energy because you have to ask me and say if I want to be your plan B man. Like, how rude of you. Like,
no
oh my
way
gosh.
was I a willing participant in this decision.
Man, I'm just having a regular conversation. You're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's playing hard to get. The fuck?
You're playing hard to get, man.
Yo.
Talking about you trying to get your money up.
Yo, oh my God.
What is that?
You're like, aren't we all? Yeah. But what are you doing later? Podcast research? Like, leave me alone.
Okay, Mr. Money Up Man. I see how you look at me when I walk away.
Oh my God. I had an encounter of the close encounter of the third kind? I was somewhere and let's say I'm in an aisle, right? I'm in an aisle in a store. Can't remember which store and stuff I was in. I don't look like no fucking whatever worker and stuff it is, whatever. I think even that day I was not even dressed. What was I? Was that Rama? That or Walweezy or some shit like that.
Right.
So, like, they wear vests and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't even got nothing like that and stuff, whatever, right? So I'm looking. It's a short, dark-skinned chick. She like somewhere and stuff for that. Like I seen her, I walked past her. No, she walked past me.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then I'm there just still looking for what I'm trying to pick up or something like that, whatever. I'm just weighing out pros and cons. And she's like, do you know where I can find? I'm like, you're already in the wrong, whatever, right? Because like, I don't even work here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know where. So I went like this because I had like 2 items in my hand.
Right.
And I turned her like this, Smooth, you're even too far. The girl was right here in my grill. Right. So I was like this and like, oh shit, like damn.
Yeah. And
then she's just right here. Like I look because she's a little bit shorter than me. Yeah. I was like, oh, maybe over there you walk past it? Right. So she's like, oh, okay. Thank you. I was like, you want our brother to shoot a shot. That's why, because I'm like, you fuck, it's right there. Yeah. So I'm looking like, yo, boss. Like, this is how women shoot shots. With nonverbal communication, be like, he's playing hard to get. Yo, fist yourself and talk, man.
Playing hard to get.
Let's get it popping done. Start with the first poll of the week. First poll of the week was, could Gen Z survive today without their parents? What do you think the poll said?
I'm going to say no.
You are correct. 100% said no. This is a problem. Why? You're a parent of a Gen Z. My son is Alpha.
Yeah.
Why do you think the kids of Gen Z can't survive without their parents?
The parents are having a hard time right now surviving, let alone the kids. I mean, if they're predicting it's still not in a position of getting any better anytime soon, then yeah, at least those who are at the top of that Gen Z order, who are getting ready to step out. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Like I really look at it as my children and parents who are established as such as myself, where the income supports a home where you can have kids still be around and still have space for everyone to move and not be on top of your head. Like that's a luxury, right? Like you have families who are in places where it's not even meant for families, but it's what they can afford. And everybody's on top of each other just to make it meet, right? And then you're having Gen Zs who have to go live with other relatives for to make it plain. And if they can't find other relatives to live with, then at least if we can start some form of commune where
I think that's
four or
the
three
thing.
of us gonna get together and then try and make it work.
Because that's the thing. Because I remember, I was talking to a coworker and stuff about this the other day, right? And they were saying the stuff for like, let's say, set child of theirs is always going on vacation and stuff, whatever, or like spending their money frivolously with set group of friends,
Right.
right? So let's say set group of friends might be like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
or something like that, and their kid included. She's like, they're going on trips to say they've been there and stuff and all the above, right? And the tabs for the trips and stuff, whatever, are at least like $1,000 plus,
Right.
right? Now, there's a few parents and stuff were saying their kids don't give them anything. And I asked them stuff like, well, maybe because they're still young and like, the money doesn't go far and stuff, whatever. But then, like when I was doing the math just a while ago and stuff, whatever, like Gen Z, the oldest Gen Z kid will be 28 years old.
Right.
And at 28 and stuff, whatever, I want to say, when do you think like somebody and stuff in their 20s will have a better handle on stuff on like, I want to say, what's more important and stuff? Because she's saying that when you're seeing a lot of the, let's say a lot of glitz and the glamour and stuff that you see online.
Yeah.
There are people and stuff under the age of 30 and stuff, whatever, that's doing the glitz and glamoury stuff, whatever. Like the people like 30 plus, possibly like 40, 50, you don't see them, come with me, let's go into like Noir, this restaurant, you eat in the dark and everything like that. It's always the younger focused stuff. So in like, these things cost and stuff, whatever, but yet it's still, they're living with parents, but yet some of them are buying Lexuses,
Yeah.
$1 million shoes, $1 million clothes. That's why they can't survive and stuff, whatever. So I was like, well, is that the thing where the parents went wrong to establish how to use their money or be wise about their money? Or is it something and stuff, whatever, that like, do we always just default it to the socials, to the TikToks?
I think it's you can rest a bit of it on the parents, and then I think the other part of it though is just the reality of inflation and so forth like that, right? Like these kids have grown up seeing their parents being able to do those sort of things, like be able to treat themselves every now and then, go to a nice restaurant every now and then, and still afford to be able to live somewhere,
right?
And still be able to buy food when we're not eating out, right? Like,
right.
This is what they're growing up used to seeing that. So now they're growing up now. They're at that point where
inflation already sat before they start getting ready to spend.
Yeah.
But then they have to still be mindful.
Yes.
Because I would look at it stuff as like, if you go to somewhere like, let's say a restaurant where one person's meal and drink will be $100, this is not an everyday venture. This is not maybe even a 3 times out of every 2 weeks. This might be a once a month type of venture.
Right.
But then you'll see the frequency and stuff is a little different. Go ahead.
So now they have to really, and that's what I'm saying. Now they have to understand that, just like you're saying, and learn that, because I think it really didn't kick in to my daughter until one day she went to the supermarket to go grab some stuff
for herself.
Just for like the house and stuff like that, right? And I think my wife had given her a little list, and just small, like basic items. I think they were baking something or whatever, right? But she's the typically she doesn't have to do grocery shopping. We shop, right? So when she's buying and picking up stuff and just the small items, and it's seeing the cost of just these small items, she's blown away, because the last time she went grocery shopping, she's a little girl tagging on with her parents and seeing all these items drop in a cart, and literally, maybe it costs maybe less than $100, right? So it's not her seeing that now. This is the reality that's just kicking into her head now. But this is the reality that we've been facing for like the past year and a half, 2 years
pretty
now.
much kind of before that though.
Because
I want to say, like, even like from the pandemic time, like from the 2022 time, shit just been on the incline up.
It's just nuts, right? But I'm saying she's living that reality, and there's a lot of Gen X's who are living that same reality where they're not looking at those type of bills, And then when they're ready to step out now, they're realizing, oh shit, maybe I can't spend like how I was spending underneath my parents' roof if I want to try and even remotely make it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I really gotta, and like I said, learn how to change your habits at that point, because I don't know.
No, I feel like every parent should take at least like maybe 3 bills, 2 to 3 bills, $200 or $300 and stuff a month from their kid
Yeah.
to even say, all right, if they're over the age of 18 and they're working,
Right.
that to say like, all right, you even take, let's say $100 to maybe $200 for groceries and $100 to put in a savings account for them.
Yeah.
To like when they're ready to nudge out, be like, this is what we were doing for you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We took your money,
Yeah.
saved it, and we're giving it back to you and stuff, whatever. But you need to know for a fact that shit ain't cheap.
Yeah.
You got to pay your way and stuff, whatever, through certain type of things with or without us.
Yeah.
Because we said, like, again, it's the luxury and stuff of like living with having parents to do for you in your adult life, right? Because, not even to be all grim, but God give it, God take it away and stuff, whatever. Like, I knew a homie and stuff, whatever. It was him and his brother, right? Pretty much, I want to say his brother is, I think, 5 or 6 years younger than him.
Okay.
But his brother was an adult at the time and stuff, whatever. They lost both parents in one car accident.
Wow.
Father took care of most of the bills in the house and all that type of stuff, whatever. Then they're like, yo, fuck it. They end up having to just like figuring some shit out, whatever, right? And he's like, once they kind of got the base of things and stuff, whatever, it took him basically like 3 years to kind of realize like, all right, this is how we're going to run shit, whatever here. I think uncle, like of the mom and stuff like that kind of like came in under the basement.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they controlled, like all three of them ran shop and stuff. So it was like the ultimate bachelor pad.
Right.
But it was real kept together.
Right.
And then I think, no, they're still there, but I think the plan and stuff is that like my friend, he's getting married and stuff, whatever, sometime soon.
Yeah.
So what they're going to do and stuff, whatever, is that they're just going to sell the house in general.
Okay.
And split
it.
And split the profit and stuff like that, whatever, right? Including the uncle and stuff, because the father had like a life insurance policy tied to his job.
Right.
But that basically covered the rest of the mortgage.
Right.
When all said and done, because they still had funeral.
Yeah.
They had to do 2 funerals instead of 1.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like mom didn't have life insurance. The pops had life insurance stuff for both of them. And then like when they did this, that, and the third, it's like, and we're having this conversation and stuff, let's say last year or sometime 2024.
Yeah.
And he's like, if my parents and stuff, whatever, was at least to probably prep us for the shit we had to deal with. Because I'm like, no one should be losing their parents, stuff like that, whatever, but that's in God's hands.
Right.
But he's like, the reality was a rude awakening. He's like, the day his parents died, he blew $500-$600 and stuff, whatever, on like a North Face snow set. Because he said he was going to go snowboarding. Yeah. So he's like, yo, I'm going to go snowboarding and everything like that, whatever. I'm like, damn, that's how much they cost? He's like, it was on bootleg sale. So that's why he bought it for the $800 and stuff, because the full price would have been like $16. I was like, for one outfit? I'm not dumping that much and stuff for there. But he's like, yeah, after the parents left and stuff, he's like, no. We go to the rich value villages for other shit that, like, that might cut costs.
Right.
And he said he had to get so wise with how he was spending his money and everything. Because he's like, he was a fresh grad, making coin, just trying to stack his paper to realize and stuff, whatever. Now, this is his house.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that rude awakening might hit somebody. You better count your blessings and stuff for them. Be prepared. And if you're caught out there, like, left off guard, like, that's what I was saying. Like, if right now the parents at the Thanos snap vanish, could your kids hold this down? If they can't, that's a problem.
Not right away. I don't know how long the insurance would kick in and cover them, but at least they'd have time to try and at least hopefully figure it out. And that's probably the first and foremost thing that I preach to everybody who has kids. At least have yourself coverage of some sort. Yeah. To at least, and I mean, because you're right, to be thrown right into the fire right away.
Yeah.
it's disastrous. But at least if you know, okay, there's something to cover it, and you have to figure it out. You have no choice to figure it out. It's either you figure it out or
Sink
you
or swim.
that's
Sink or
it,
swim.
right? So
Right.
at least if you can have that little cushion, I mean, God forbid that people have to do it, but there, the GoFundMe should be at the last of the last of the last of the last resort. How much is it really to get insurance? I see some, places are offering $25 a month, maybe some offering 15. Depends on the type of that you get, but at least get something, at least to cover or offset some sort of cost. Because, man, like I said, adults are having a hard time living right now.
Mm-hmm.
So to pass on debt on top of what your kids are gonna have to try to face, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Next poll was, is being alone really as bad as we think? And what do you think they got? Yes and no.
I think no.
No.
Yeah.
No came in at 73%. Why you say no?
I think there's so much ways of just entertaining yourself now. And are you truly alone with your phone in your hand? Your phone is probably like your biggest companion to to some people, and it communicates them to so much of other things. There's probably people who are less lonely today because of their phone than there was in the past. And
that's false.
You
that the studies have shown.
Studies, yeah.
You can Google it.
Yeah,
yeah. People are more lonely
by
now.
They're lonely by choice. What is it? Because I like for you to just say
they like even when they go ahead cook.
Because for you to say that you have something in your hand where at one swipe, even if you're not friends, right? Communicate and have somebody communicate back with you for that brief moment of time, and can do that repeatedly at your will, then are you choosing to be lonely at that point? Because
some people don't have that, and that's the thing, because they were saying, like, pertaining to even social media aspects, even that Netflix one with the whole doom scroll stuff,
right?
That social media Netflix special, I forget what it's called, that came out a few years. They were saying that people are at the all-time high and stuff for being lonely, because it's kind of like, even when they're creating their social media platforms and stuff, whatever, the gratification is not instant or as they thought it was, because somebody might be plugged up. So one person might put a post up and stuff for them, best suit, first day of work, a new job and everything like that, push the hashtags and stuff like that. You can see the eyes that might look at it, but then the like is a different factor.
Right.
And then now people get a dopamine hit from the likes and stuff for that. But now if you seeing like 1,000 people seeing your post and you only got 14 likes, that creates another kind of feeling for the person and stuff, like, why doesn't nobody like me? Or why doesn't nobody interact with me?
Okay.
And then you have other people and stuff that will go on, let's say, I think the blue check verified side, because this might be my hero. And then realize that their messages fall short or they don't even get across.
Right.
When they want to say, oh my gosh, Dwayne Johnson, I love you in that movie, and yada, yada, yada. And there's no response, and there's cricket chirping and everything. So they're kind of like, not only am I lonely, but even my heroes and stuff don't pay me no attention. Loneliness is at an all-time high, even with social media.
Yeah.
So it's, I think my thing and stuff is where I feel like, yes, I'm on the yes side, because you have a point where some people, not all, but some people need a reality check from other people.
Right.
When it comes to the internet, if you're not, I always say prompt management. What is it?
Prompt engineering?
If you're not a prompt engineer,
right,
to word exactly for like particular problems and stuff like that, the internet will back up whatever side you want to claim.
Right.
So it feels like you're in an echo chamber and only a handful of people might address you. And then I seen a website, they went on like a particular news channel thing, and they went there to go comment to like people commenting on a post, and kept replying to other people's posts.
Right.
And some people might reply and some people no. And they said like 1 out of 20 people might reply back to your post.
Right.
And I was like, shit. But then I thought about it and stuff. I was like, there's sometimes when, you be on your shit and stuff, whatever. And then like a lot of people will like your posts, like after you made like a comment and everything like that. And that's an anomaly.
Right.
So you got to count your blessings for like maybe your prompt management, prompt engineering skills, or your verbiage might be that nice.
Right.
But a lot of people want stuff, whatever. They're more in the minority than the majority.
See, and okay, so I'm glad that you mentioned that, because when I was thinking of, is it choosing not to, communicate versus, not being communicated with, I was thinking of just even, shout out to all the TikTok followers and the love that Wimpies apparently got for their breakfast. I had no idea that there's a breakfast thing that happens.
Yeah.
That they're known for. I was strictly going on the fact that the Wimpy character that I know is a burger dude, and I ain't never heard nobody talk about the burgers. But a lot of people chimed in on the TikTok post, and I was going back and forth with them, and I was saying, some of the conversations were really friendly. Some of them were really descriptive on like what time I need to go and as to what I need to get there. So the back and forth was refreshing, and I was saying to myself, oh, I don't really do this enough with just the followers who are on the page. So is it me not responding when people are trying to be friendly? And is it me now doing this and saying, hey, I'm putting myself out there more, communicating more, making more of myself being less lonely? If I'm that type of lonely person, like is this what like the communication is, other than me having this thought and not being able to share this thought with hundreds of people who I otherwise wouldn't be able to communicate with?
Which is good. Okay, so from your side, right? We'll put it as like you're straight Podical Sons by yourself.
Right.
And I'm straight regular TikTok person and stuff like that, right?
Right.
I'd be like, I drove past a friggin' Wimpy's the other day, and I always looked at this place like I'd never been there. And here I am looking at this Podical Sons people.
Right.
These two guys talking about this Wimpy burger and everything and stuff like that, whatever, right? I'm gonna respond.
Right.
So then now they now say something like, you know what? I've always drive past Wimpy. I never shot. You bring up a valid point.
Right.
What if you don't respond to them fast enough, or you don't respond to me fast enough? Now the person's looking like, yo, my voice is not being heard, my message is not being seen, and everything and stuff like. Because it always killed me when you ever see like the chicks on the thotties on like the gram, and like the whole quotes and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
When they come with their bullshit and stuff, whatever, right? No, to those women. Think about how many guys that probably would message them and stuff. I'll make you serve the rest of your life. I'll cook for you. I'll give you my soul and all this type of stuff. Crickets.
Right.
The woman's not responding.
Right.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, they're not getting the responses from the other side.
Yeah. No, you raise a really good point, because I'm thinking of some stars.
Because you have allure and you have charm, you bastard. You're taking it for granted.
But I'm thinking of some stars who say, they tell you they actually take time to respond to people, because
who say that?
I can't remember.
How often?
It's not. It's what I'm saying. It's not all of them, and it's not often. But the ones that say it, I'm just thinking of the ones who do say it and say how they do it because it's, first of all, out of gratitude, because that person actually took the time to respond. And I think that's why I got. I think that's why I kind of fell down the rabbit hole with the post, because first of all, it was funny to me because up until that point,
Wimpy's is Wimpy.
Nobody told me how good. I was like, oh shit, people are really telling me Wimpy's is good. So I'm like, I'm responding to some of these people who are actually taking the time to say, no, you got to go and try this. You got to go try that. So I was like, okay, well, if you're going to stop and respond, I'm at least acknowledge the fact that you like, you know what? I might go and try it out. I'm still waiting for Wimpy's themselves to come through the DMs and tell me what's going on.
Oh,
but
like how Vix is like, I'm gonna stop you right there, guys. Do not eat our product. Once again, don't eat our product. Yo, Wimpy's, come holler, man.
Come holler. But yeah, but like I'm saying, it's I see where you can get that lonely feeling if somebody like a Podical Sons, who y'all think y'all that great that y'all can't respond to me?
What?
Would be
What?
an issue.
And it's always a thing and stuff whatever to me because I always try to create the time like when I'm by myself because I was like I always want to make sure I have the time and stuff. I tell myself every day I should create time for God, create time for my peace, exercise, and then work.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So whether it be like 9 to 5 or to be Podical Sun stuff, whatever, right? And I'll try to go through and stuff like that, be like, okay, maybe let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, even research and stuff like that's all within that work stratosphere and stuff, right? And then when I see some of the comments, like, oh shit, they responded 2 days ago. Let me still let them know and stuff, whatever. Brothers still care, but we just saw it. And then like, I'll stay on social media for like a little bit, and if they clap back, because I don't have notifications on my phone.
Right.
To keep me away from my phone.
Yeah.
Right? But some people and stuff, they do have notifications on. So it's kind of like I responded to one person and stuff, whatever, and they kind of clapped back in 2 minutes because they saw the notification like, oh my gosh, I got a message back.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, like some people and stuff, they feel a type of way because they're like, I'm trying to talk to people, but no one's trying to talk back.
Nobody's responding back.
And I was like, shit, I never really thought of it like that until I saw it, right? And then I remember, again, that Netflix documentary thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck. I'm like, I believe that, like, and I was talking, you and I were having a conversation about it one time and stuff like, about sagehood. Like, just going off to the mountains, getting away from the village idiots.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that, whatever. And like, by choice, I think that's dope. But then you still have to know for a fact, every now and then, you're probably going to run into a village idiot and you got to be able to like, I want to say, converse in a way where they don't hate you and then gun for you.
Right.
Like I look at it stuff as where there's one thing where if everybody else is struggling around you and you're on your mountaintop and still living nice, and these fuckers are looking at you like, fuck, we can barely keep our lights on. But this bitch out here doing stage shows and stuff with his lawn lights and stuff like that, whatever. And if you don't greet the people a type of way.
No, you got to be able to come down to the people.
But that's the thing. And then like now, a lot of people now, when you think about like solitary confinement, think about what that might do to prisoners and stuff like that. And people back in the day were exiled from their communities and stuff like that, whatever, right? Do they still have to know how to communicate? Because we saw through science, whatever, like, fuck, look at a little boy who got lost, who was raised by wolves and shit like that. Motherfuckers barking, going on 4. They don't know how to communicate with nobody because they've been alone as human beings by themselves that they probably lost touch.
Right.
So some people and stuff, I'm like, if you're on the mountaintop, come through, come holler, don't lose touch and everything. Mingle, just letting them know, like, you don't let everybody into your fortress of solitude. And just keep it pushing, but you'll mingle when you can. But then eventually and stuff like, some people and stuff, they might look like, oh my gosh, he came down from his fortress. No one talks to me in this town.
Right.
But the person in the fortress of solitude be like, hey, maybe we should get beers one day or something like that. And you're like, no, village idiot. I'm going back to my tower because I ran out of supplies. It was good seeing you. Maybe someday. And then it's like, fuck this guy.
Fuck Mountain Man.
Oh, my man. Mountain Man.
Mountain Man.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. This week has let's say go Jays go. Let's go
Jays go, man. Go Jays go.
Pertaining to the Jays and stuff, whatever. My question to you and stuff is that you said it earlier. I didn't want to start because I feel like we can kind of cook with that. You were saying you like how the air is that everybody's go Jays go, and it's kind of like last time you saw unity within the world with the tariffs, right?
Well, amongst Canadians, amongst Canadians,
right? Now let's talk sports now, whatever, right? Remember back then with the Roman Colosseums and the gladiators and everything and stuff like that, people were still living rough lives back then.
Right.
They used this form of sport entertainment to kind of distract them away from some of the bullshit and stuff like that, whatever, right?
I actually think a lot of bullshit was going on while they were distracting the people.
Talk about it.
I think they used to put on games so they could do some underhandedness behind the scenes.
What, back then?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that was it, whatever. Because like sports, it still falls into the entertainment thing, right? Like you have like the Shakespeares and stuff at that time and the playwriters and all the above. and the people would focus on them while king and queens were doing whatever kind of fuckery, shaggery
Right.
to the peoples and stuff, right?
Right.
I look at it stuff as where after the Jays are done, like this World Series is done,
Yeah.
are we going to go back to the darker, quieter times?
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope that it's
A W.
yeah.
We hope it's a W.
We hope it's a W and it'll extend itself, but maybe that's why they give us sports all year round. Maybe it's, maybe the hopes is that one will just pick up right after the other and the steam of just good-heartedness will go around. I'm sad for the places that don't got teams that win anything because
What? Oh, yo. This is
because
depressing town.
listen, they were saying, I think from the series that started with the Yankees, when they were first playing that series with the Yankees,
The Jays?
the Jays,
Okay.
they were saying it was like maybe the first time in maybe like the past 2 years where the restaurants were really enjoying this type of business this time of the season. Because usually, we're at
They're tapped out. They're
yeah.
normally tapped out by the time October comes around.
The patio's got to wrap up. You know what I mean? There's not much people coming out and enjoying themselves.
Right.
But, the extended fall season of baseball has people now coming out to the restaurants where they were slumping, man, ever since the pandemic. People weren't really out and about doing the restaurant thing like that. So they were really feeling the pinch in the last 2 years. So to have this type of resurgence of life this late in the season for baseball, it's huge economically for the city for sure, which has been raising a lot of spirit. Not just the fact that we have something to cheer about, other than elbows up, fight tariff Carney with this. Like, this is
carbon tax Carney.
This is something we can all get behind, and like I said, hopefully they'll do something. I think the last, what was it, the Raptors, the last sports team to give us anything that was really no. Argonauts have won since then.
But I think the thing is stuff, and this is what kills me and stuff, whatever, right? They call it the World Series, right?
Yeah.
And like, there's only like, oh my gosh.
It's really city. The city, maybe it should be the city series. Should it be the city?
It's called North America's Greatest or something like that. North America's Greatest, because I look at it stuff as like, the world is very like presumptuous when we know like a lot of these baseball players might even come from like Shohei, Japan,
yeah,
Korea,
yeah,
Cuba, all these Latin countries and stuff like that. But it's something like, what about creating a team for them? They're like, no, this is all about the world. These are the champions of the world. How are you fucking world champs? And that's why I think like people like Noah Lyles, when he ran this thing and stuff, he's saying like, oh, baseball, like basketball people, like he was clapping at NBA. He's like, they're not world champs. He's like, they play basketball all parts in the world. They're just champions in America.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like,
but at least with the NBA, it's not that bad because it's the National Basketball Association championships. The baseball is like in your face World Series. It's like, no. This is not the series of the world.
Dick slap to the face, man. It's very disrespectful. So I looked at it stuff as like, all right, even with sports and stuff in general now, right? I've noticed and stuff where even football, some games might be delegated. Let's say if you have an NFL package, you might get a good portion of the games.
Okay.
ABC streaming service might own some of the games.
Right.
Fox might own some of the games. Right. So I'm looking at stuff, I was like, you need 10 million packages just to take in all the course of the games and stuff within a day.
Right.
So my question and stuff is that, are you guys still, or are people still watching live sports like that to that high demand? Like how it used to be? Like even your guesstimate. Because for me, no.
I don't think so. And I think but what partly has to do with that is the fact that you know YouTube gives you a lot of these sports in 5 minutes, sports in 10 minutes.
That. So that's where
Yeah.
I am in now, right? Because I look at it stuff as where I'm a football person, right? On Sundays, I'm probably like getting ready to come record. And then after I'm done recording and stuff like that, whatever, then probably like, if I'm not trying to like go for a little exercise or something like that, whatever, I'm trying to wind it down.
Right.
I done miss football games and started from 12:30 to probably by the time I get ready to wind it down like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? I missed a chunk of games and stuff, whatever. However, I can go on YouTube, go on the NFL page, fully endorsed page. They can't say I'm pirating anything.
No, yeah.
And they're like, we're going to give you the highlights of this game within 15 minutes. Run it.
Yeah.
I done saved so much of my life. I done got so much things done.
Yeah.
And everything like that, whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool. Baseball now, they done a lot of changes I've heard to kind of cut it because it used to be America's pastime.
Right.
So now they're like baseball games, max stuff is 4 hours and stuff, whatever. Nigga, 4 hours is still a chunk of time.
It's a chunk of time. It's a chunk of time. Listen, any sport where they say to their fans, listen, man, it's been a minute. At the 7th inning, we're gonna break
and do a stretch
so you can stretch.
I never understood it till I went to before they were the Guardians, they were the Cleveland Indians. I went to an Indians game.
Yeah.
And I went to the Indians game and stuff, and I'm sitting there and I was like, all right, at the 7th inning stretch. So I'm thinking like it's the players and shit. I see all the people, fuck, bro, these chairs are killing my ass. I was like, oh shit, we supposed to.
This is for you.
Yeah, and then
this is for you.
I went with a homie and stuff at the time, and he's like, yo, boss, he's like, look here, man. I'm going home at 11.
Right.
You can stay here and catch you a cab. I was like, no, I leave when you leave. And then when it hit about like 10:58,
yeah,
it was still 2 more innings to go. I'm like, get the fuck off the block. I'll see the rest on. And I was like, that's how I feel for like some of the sports. One of my homeboys and stuff, whatever, because me and my peoples and stuff, whatever, in the 40-40 club now, right? And we're close to it. The man told me straight goods. He's like, this is not good on my ticker. So I'm like, talk about it. He's like, yo, I'm invested too much and stuff into some of these sports.
Yeah.
That I realize I have to draw back.
Yeah.
So he said with him now, whatever, it's kind of like, especially when it comes to football, he's like, he'll bet on Pro Line. Shit don't pop off and stuff, whatever. He's getting rage.
Right.
The night for the most domestic violence cases and stuff is Super Bowl. So many people bet so much and stuff for that. And if it doesn't go your way, they're taking the anger out on some other people. He's like, Marv, I have a whole family. I have a wife and 2 children and stuff, whatever.
Right.
He's like, the way how this shit would build me up, he's like, I felt my heart just racing even like when the Raptors won the ship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
He's like, when the Raptors won the ship, he's like, it was something. But he's like, he thought about it that night where he went to he went to somewhere to go watch the Kawhi ball drop. The boop, boop, boop. He's like, Mark, I almost shit it out my heart before the ball went in.
Yeah.
Because he's like, everything rides on this. He's like, he saw everybody celebrate. Yeah. He's like, I need to sit down for a minute. He's like, I don't do well no more and stuff with this.
No.
I was like, shit. So people are getting too old for live sports.
Yeah. Some people can't even watch it no more. They were like, nah, I'll listen to the highlights after. Because it's just that. Yeah.
I didn't know until we had this conversation. I was like, shit, come to think about it, I was like, yeah, I watch the big games, yes.
Yeah.
Even like some of this World Series stuff, I chime in and out. Because again, the 4 hours is way too long for me, man. I told you from the beginning. If they check the tape, you know them, they like to go in history. Well, you said you didn't like baseball. You are correct. You are correct. I still don't like baseball. However, I'm a bandwagonist for my town.
Of course.
So
of course.
Fuck you guys.
Number J's love over here.
Yeah, exactly. Why you wearing blue? Because I wore my shit earlier this week. They're not playing today. Leave me alone.
They're not playing today. We'll be in our blue. Once they play, we'll be in our blue.
What are your thoughts on the Ontario anti-tariff ad campaign going on? because that shaped the landscape and stuff, whatever, where us as Canadians apparently might have to start paying for it pretty sooner than we think.
Yeah, I think, man, you can't really poke a bear and not expect an aggressive response. But you know what? I kind of like the fact that he poked the bear.
Talk about it.
I think Trump is just he only understands bully talk.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it may be painful for us, but yeah, sometimes you just you gotta take that lump. For that respect to be earned, I think sometimes you gotta take that.
I was gonna say, like, are you one of the type of people where let's say if you saw a kid and you saw him like about to go off and go fight a bully, and let's say the bully whoops his ass and stuff like that, whatever, are you still like, good job, at least you held your own and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I'm like that and stuff, whatever, too.
Yeah.
For me, I think exactly what you're saying, I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm for it. I just feel like it should have been more unified with all the powers and parties and stuff of the country.
That I'll also agree with.
Because I want to say, like, as of now, this is Sunday, record on Sunday. We don't know what the landscape might look like Tuesday when this drop, and beyond that, whatever, right? But I look at it stuff as where Ford been saying Canada wasn't for sale, but
Right.
Trump was saying 51st state.
Right.
Carney went to the White House, excuse the language and stuff, whatever. He looked like a little bitch.
Right.
He went there like, oh, Trump's like 51st state. Oh no, Mr. President, we're Canada's not really for sale. I was like, Doug made a hat out of this bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doug came with the classic Ford energy, like him and Rob, R.I.P., used to come with, whatever. So I look at this stuff as where we need to be unified before we fight anybody outside. This is our home.
Right.
We all need to be on the same game page before we tackle anybody outside this home. And I feel like it wasn't unified before, because God knows what might happen as, like I said, right now, this is recorded on the Sunday. Trump is in Asia, along with Carney is in Asia.
Yeah.
For all we know, Carney be like, we'll deal with him and stuff when they get
When
back.
we get back, right.
But please take these tariffs, this extra 10% off. We don't need this. It's just that market, that one asshole and stuff like that, and sell Ford up the river.
Yeah.
When then if Ford come to him and stuff, be like, yo, Carney, what the fuck? He might be like, I'm doing what's best for the country.
For the country, right. Right.
We need to be unified before we fight anybody outside our door.
Right.
And I think that's where I have a problem with this. Because I look at it stuff as where when Ford said about the campaign's only going to run for the Friday baseball game and the Saturday baseball game, and then after that, they're just going to leave it. I was like, it's still on YouTube.
Because when I first heard about the static over the commercial, I thought it was like a national thing. I thought like it was a Canadian government who had put forth this commercial, not knowing that it was this is like the Ontario premier type shit going down. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, but I mean the president and prime minister are off in some foreign land trying to make cozy, and you know what I mean. Just last week they were talking about sitting down and renegotiating these trade deals. It's like
trade deal terminated.
You coming out of the nowhere with a side hook.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the part where like Carney's probably like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was trying to work him down and stuff, whatever. So we get back to some decent dollars and stuff like that. Here you come with this shit. Because think about it. When Crown Royal was originally Canadian,
right.
And before Crown Royal went to America recently, or moving up their plant to America now, Carney wasn't on like a platform anywhere in Canada pouring out Crown Royal bottles.
No.
It was Doug Ford.
Right.
So it was Doug Ford saying like these traders and everything like that. He's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
They abandoned us for the dollars and everything and stuff like that, whatever. But then Carney, like I said, everybody needs to be on the same side to fight what's outside the country.
I agree 100%. Let me ask you this.
Fire away.
You think Doug is making a play for the national level?
Without a doubt. I think never sell yourself short.
Right.
Never sell yourself short. And I want to say, is his name Bill Blair?
Yes,
The
the
former
chief,
police
the
chief?
former police chief. Yeah.
Run it.
Yeah.
Bill Blair went from police officer, regular cop,
Right.
to police chief,
Right.
to running OPP in them,
Yep.
and like doing shit with the RCMP and stuff like that now, whatever, right?
Right.
Why not go for the top?
Yeah.
Work your way up. We look at Doug Ford now. Doug Ford he was councilman with his brother.
Yeah.
And then when Rob took ill, he tried to run, but eventually Tory beat him out,
Right.
right? Because they were both part of the Conservative Party. He got beaten out. He's like, all right, well, fuck it. He went to the premier level, to the governor level, to the folks in America, or whatever, right?
Right.
And then he's like, yo, why not? Can't stop, won't stop. Keep going for the top.
Right.
Because eventually, I look at stuff as that where people like you and I are siding with, we agree what you did and stuff like that, whatever. If it came to like, I'm running for prime minister, you're going to think about all the shit he did before. And he'd be like, this fucker was for Toronto.
Right.
Then he became for Ontario.
Right.
And now he wants to become for the country. I don't see nobody more fit. Tell me who.
Well, then that's it. So then now it might even make more sense now that he's not playing that unifying game because he's trying to separate himself from the pack.
Oh, say
when
fuck
he
Carney?
when he gets to that level now, it's like just like how you're saying, you're looking at it, who more better for this program? Like y'all was throwing your elbows up. My man is getting Ronald Reagan to shoot his guns.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So you're not wrong. I don't know. It was just different. All right, let's talk about mob ties now. NBA and their mob ties.
Mhm.
It was a different week.
These have on their own meta X-ray glasses.
That is crazy.
That's wild, yo. Straight out the spy level books, these guys had it.
Here's my okay. I want to hear your take on it, and then let's. All right, so we can establish, we can be on agreeance first, right? That if you and I are to watch something on that screen over there, like sport-wise, and we say, you know what, I bet you, like if we're watching sumo wrestling, I bet you the one in the green loincloth is going to beat the one in the black loincloth, whatever, right?
Right.
Us saying bet $5, that's illegal gambling.
It's illegal gambling.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's bring this to like, let's say Gilbert Arenas. Now, Gilbert Arenas himself, I want to call him out first before we move on, because he wasn't a part of this indictment. But Gilbert Arenas has been brought up on personal poker tables and poker things and stuff in his own world. He's been like, been in problems and stuff like with that and other players and stuff of like other associations and stuff like that, right? When everything dropped, when the hammer dropped this week pertaining to Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones, and they were talking about the whole mob and the mafia and the tables and the X-ray, they could see the cards and everything. And they said, mafia families are tied with this, including the Gambino, don't come kill me.
Right.
But there's other families and stuff tied into this. Riddle me this, Batman. Why am I only seeing the black NBA players and I haven't seen that one white mob or Italian mobster and stuff on TV yet?
Yeah.
For the whole week.
Yeah. Since the whole week. Because
it's easier to make a black man look like a monster.
The investigation, right, as they're putting it, I'm assuming is surface level still, right? So they're arresting everybody who's on top. They're saying these people are at the bottom, right? So I'm expecting at some point that you're going to arrest some of these people that you're mentioning that are also in on this. It can't just be the surface level people that you're bringing it in, right? But if you're saying who else is involved, maybe you're buying them a little bit of time.
Okay, so
you're buying them a little. Hold on here.
Go ahead.
maybe we're seeing this whole puffy thing all over again.
Talk about it.
Maybe at some point, however these people are tied in, maybe there's enough time for them to go take up what they need to take up. Maybe it's time to go remove your videotapes from whatever storage is being stored. Because how do you mention these people and not bring them up?
That's the dumbest thing in the world. That's why I kept my mouth shut from like these past few days, because people are like, oh, you're gonna talk about this on the podcast? Are you gonna talk about this on the podcast? And I'm like, I'm just gonna wait till I get enough information and stuff, whatever, from like the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Before I open up my mouth and stuff, whatever, today, because I look at it stuff as where, all right, you've seen The Wire to a degree, right?
Right.
Should they celebrate when they bring in the dealers off the street? Or should they celebrate when they caught Kingpin, the exporter, the big guys moving all that and stuff before it gets stepped down so many scales? If Chauncey Billups, and I don't want to just keep, but if these 3 NBA players you named recently
right.
are like the small fish, the same thing you're saying and stuff, you just triggered the whistle, the watchdogs.
But this is what that's. Okay, well, I don't know. I rest my case.
So we're not stupid.
No. That's what it was. This is what I'm saying. What it was. Okay, they're signaling to the watchdogs. Hey, we know you're here, right?
Just move your shit.
We know you're here.
Get out of town.
Send the FBI in to go take out your tapes. The tapes that you might be on, the tapes that might be questionable, the tapes that could tie you to this before we finish putting on the hammer on these surface level guys. Because I can tell you now, those who are in the NBA game, probably not sitting with the dudes who know all about where to get the espionage stuff.
Correct. I can agree to that. I can 100% agree to that. And I'm not slighting or shading the NBA players.
I'm not slighting or shading them either.
We're not, because we know they have bread.
Yeah.
And their landscape might be a little bit different.
I know they have bread and their landscape is different. But what we're talking about, what these guys are having, this is straight espionage. Let's just be honest.
Let's just be real.
This is like you're buying that equipment from spy level.
This is James Bond shit.
This is Bond level
shit. This is Bond shit. Okay. We're agreeing. It's not me. I'm not the only one on drugs.
Okay. When they said the type of stuff, I'm like, which Bond villain are they dealing with? Because that's welcome to my lair. Have a few poker games. You know those poker games. You get the invite. You'll get that envelope. You've been invited to so and so. This was somebody's suite. This was not a regular Vegas joint.
Thank you. Fraud game is different.
Yo,
fraud game is different.
You got the glasses on, the X-ray glasses, the X-rays in the tables.
I have a hot take I want to give to you, and this will be it before we get to the question of the week. All right?
All right.
What's a weird thing you do as a man, but women would find crazy?
The weird thing you do
weird thing as a man that women would find crazy.
Adjust my nuts.
Adjust your nuts, like in public, like so, like you be talking to a woman and be like, either right there. Yo, I love you.
Just do it quick.
I'll just probably like do a little shimmy.
Act
like I'm dancing, like I go, because of it, BSTL, ball stick to leg. So I just might do a little shimmy to free it up.
Just free it up. Just free it up.
I said this, right? I said, if you go to you go to a washroom.
Right.
And when you go to a washroom, it's not stinking, whatever and everything like that, whatever. Let's say they had a few splatters inside the bowl.
Yeah.
That didn't make it down
the
bowl during the flush.
Right.
I aim.
Target practice.
Okay.
Target practice.
All right.
100%, man.
All right.
Target
women
practice.
find that disgusting and awful. I'm like, because you can't see.
Because you can't do it. That's what it is. You can't do it. That's what it is.
Thank you. You ready for this?
Yes, hold on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. Because I was going to say at one point, we need to talk about this, Marv.
Talk.
The ghetto alarm. I think I mentioned this to you before.
Refresh
Right?
my memory.
The ghetto alarm is when you're in the washroom, right? And you know somebody's approaching, so you make some form of a noise, right? Some form of noise.
Oh boy!
So let them know, right? To let them know it's there.
Yeah. Because I want to say public places will have the little occupied vacancy type of thing and stuff. Whatever.
Right.
Like, someone's in here. to let them notify and stuff, whatever. But like other than that, it could get real quiet. You can walk in on
right, and somebody can walk in.
I walked in on a ton of people and stuff. I the other day, there's a thing and stuff, whatever. There's a button on the wall in some washrooms that like it's green. You press it, it locks the door.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when it locks the door now, it now triggers like some kind of like beacon outside.
On the other side that has like occupied and right.
Bingo.
Right.
Said woman didn't.
She did not lock the door.
She didn't do that.
Right.
Whatever, right? So I gotta go piss.
Yeah.
So I walk in and stuff, whatever. And I just like, walk in, and when the door swings open, she like grabbed her panties. I saw this in a glance. She grabbed her panties. She said, "No!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "What's why you pissed? I don't know."
Right, you gotta do the ghetto alarm, man.
Ghetto alarm.
You gotta do the ghetto alarm.
Because if you thought everything was locked in and everything like that, so then eventually I saw her. I wasn't shitting, I was like, no. She's like, I thought I locked it. I'm like, you did not.
You did not.
She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. What did you see? I'm like, enough.
Enough.
Please don't jump off the toilet. Just say, someone's in here.
Yeah,
someone's in here.
Or the ghetto alarm.
Yeah.
Sneeze, achoo. Make some noise, some sort of noise.
You know what the weird thing a woman said that what men do that's just weird?
What's that?
This is for a lot of our generations and older generation stuff, whatever. Not more of the younger generation demographic. Exchange pornos. She said, men exchange pornos and stuff. That's weird. I was like, how's it weird?
Why is it weird?
She's like, you're basically helping your homie masturbate.
That is weird. Hey, this is good material.
You gotta see this.
You gotta see
It'll relieve a lot of stress from you. I've been waiting all week to tell you.
Take 2 of these, you'll be good in the morning.
Watch 2 scenes and you'll be healthy for the rest of the week.
You'll be good. You'll be good.
Yo, as a man, when she said that to me, I looked.
Yeah.
And I was like, screw you. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, am I lying? And I was like, no, but screw you. I don't like how you worded it.
Yeah, we don't like
the verbiage.
Yes.
But then when she was saying, and I was like, shit. So I asked a homie.
Because I'm thinking about it right now.
How many porns you exchanged?
I was thinking about it because when a porn come highly recommended. When it come highly recommended, you're like, shit. Okay.
Hold on. Is there a Rotten Tomatoes of porn now? Is there like a Google review for porn? It's like, I give this a 3 splash jobs. It helped me get through some lonely times. I broke up with my woman. I'm thinking this would aid you on your quest. We seem like you don't have a woman. And I was like, I looked at it and stuff as well. So I talked to a homie about it, whatever. One homie said this. He's like, we're basically smut peddlers. And I was like, fuck you. I was like, how? He said, well, if you did the exchange and you did the exchange numerous times and stuff, whatever, like VHS or tape,
right?
Multiple, like different movies to different people, you're a smut peddler on a small scale.
Yeah.
He said, himself was on a different kind of level. What he would do, he was the first person like in the hood to kind of have like a DVD burner.
Okay.
So now he would tell people like, yo, tell me which porn star actress you would like to see.
Right,
And I
right,
could
right.
put like maybe 5 of her scenes
Right.
on a DVD.
Yeah, right. He was enterprising. Okay. He was enterprising.
He was making.
I'm not mad at that. No, not mad at that.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
This younger generation doesn't have to go through that because
Nah,
it's kind
they
of like
don't.
they got Pornhub to go to. All of them
Yeah.
have cell phones.
Yeah.
So they just got that Pornhub to go to,
That's
and
it.
no one knows their business.
That's it.
That's not fair. Why did we get labeled as smut peddlers?
He was smut peddlers, yeah.
Yo, Smut.
He was smut peddlers, yeah. We had to buck up on somebody's collection. Ooh-wee. The first time you hit a collection?
Do you think there's a homegirl out there that might lend her homegirl a tool? Like a vibrator, be like, yo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there must be.
So those are smut peddlers too, then, no? Because they're helping the homegirl masturbate.
Yeah, but they ain't never gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell us.
But what do they do?
We're
So
just
they take
knowing that it is. And,
would they take the rolls and put the rolls in a condom and stuff, whatever? Girl, you could borrow my rolls, put it in a saran wrap, and just yink, yink, yink.
Nah, they probably got some hygienic tool or lotion, whatever they do.
Would you still trust it though?
I wouldn't trust it, but some women they ain't gonna think. I mean, some women share toothbrushes.
You need to tell me these women after this recording is done. This is that is.
We just need to just not know those women.
That's
period.
That's the ill.
You worried about the
morning
rolls?
breath? She probably even sucking dick. Like,
you worried about the rolls?
Can I call you Rose? Yo. All right.
They're washing batis and stuff like that. You worried about the rolls?
Yeah. You saying Wasco? So which is worse, sharing porn with a homie or sharing a toothbrush with your homegirl?
See, sharing a toothbrush with your homegirl. Stop doing that. Leave homie and Big Butts 29 alone.
They had a lot of booty talks.
They had a lot of booty talks.
A lot of booty talks.
A lot of booty talks.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like, yo, you never seen that one booty talk? Be like, no.
I was about to say, you know what I mean? There's gonna be at least a one episode that was like a prize number that you didn't see. You have to, come on, man. The smut peddlers all day. All day.
Men are weird. Men are weird. We're weird.
Weird.
We're weird.
We're weird. Hey, listen. The biggest flex is if you had the pass. The pass? You share the pass?
Oh, the online pass?
Come on, man.
Yes, because back then they didn't limit you to like how many
man.
screens or places you could.
Man. You had the online pass was gold. You were gold, bro.
I know a dude that was selling it actually. And I even talked to one of my bosses about this topic.
Yeah.
Cause like I asked him and stuff, because he's cool like this. I'm like, yo, let me ask you a question. Did you? And he's like, hell yeah, I did. He's like, one of my homies lied to me in my face, talking about he never took this one porno and stuff, whatever. I knew it was him that fucking took the porno because the chicks in the tape was the sweetest chicks on the planet.
Yeah.
And he knew what the chicks looked like, but
Yeah.
he said he never had the tape.
Yeah.
He's a liar. So I was like, yo, a lot of men were smut peddlers.
A lot of men were smut peddlers back. You guys an evolution, yo. We went from friggin' VHS tapes to friggin'
DVDs.
Dude, come on, we gotta listen. For those who don't know, the porn gave birth to VHS tapes. Okay, that's what broke the standard. It was you either had VHS and betas, and all the VHS cams that porns were using is what made VHS. And now we went from VHS to online getting serial numbers, so getting numbers.
Mm-hmm.
To you guys have it lucky. Just you just type it in on your phone.
You young punks.
Young punks,
you
man.
whippersnappers.
Probably like 20 different URLs you could just plug into.
When you were cooking just a while ago, my question to you and stuff is that, do people need pornography? Just like in general?
No.
I feel like we do.
You think we do?
And the reason why I say that is because I look at it stuff is where, like, when you're saying it, like through the transition and stuff, whatever, it dawned on me where, check this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's say, which would you prefer? Would you prefer some man to get his urges out from a tape, or to get it out in a rape situation on a woman, or a sexual assault.
Okay, I see what you mean when you say if we need pornography. Yeah, I think it's a useful tool for some people.
Yeah, because I feel like you can curse certain type of things, whatever. Right now, I know we're getting to the AI landscape and stuff, whatever, too. And
Right.
remember when I think when the Chiefs went at it, not this past Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl before,
Yeah.
where like they had the AI photos of Taylor Swift naked and stuff like that out there, and then like her powers and B help scrub the internet of these photos and stuff like that, whatever. I look at it stuff as where she had a stalker at a time.
Right.
Right. And then no shade and stuff, whatever. And like people might come after me and stuff by saying it, but I look at it stuff as where if that stalker had Taylor Swift AI porn and stuff to kind of deal with, do you think he would really make it to her house and break in?
No. But here comes a question.
Sure, fire.
Along probably the more ethical vibes.
Yeah, talk
right?
to me.
Are people now going to be worried about being digitally molested?
Yes. I think people should, because I look at it stuff as where morally, ethically, we should let the dead rest.
Right.
Right? Rest in peace, rest in paradise, whatever you want to call it.
I've seen a lot of dead AI
Tupac has been
people
back.
been dancing
Tupac
up and
back, like Mike Jacks, Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I seen
So
the
I'm looking
Queen be
like,
floating around
morally, ethically, and stuff, whatever. This is wrong.
Right.
And like even Robin Williams, I think daughter made a statement. Coretta Scott, sorry, not Coretta Scott. Martin Luther King, one of his nieces and daughters and stuff, whatever, as well, said some things about this and stuff like that, whatever. I'm like, we now have this as a rise, but I look at it stuff as where if some space, shape, or form, we can curve it for like the betterment instead of like the suffering of mankind.
Yeah.
Why not use it?
Right.
Because I'll say this and stuff, whatever, and I'll get backlash for it, whatever. Any day. I'd rather that guy to rub out whatever he needs to rub out before he even thinks about going outside to go thinking that this random woman, because she might fit the characteristics and stuff, whatever, of what he might dig, thinking that it's okay when the woman already told him no.
Right.
Right? So be prepared, Smooth. There's some woman out there with some AI skills, love your friggin' face and stuff like that.
No,
she probably like made a porn with you, like jerking it to her.
I don't doubt it. It reminds me of Running Man.
Yes.
Running Man, where you goes on vacation, you can have anything that you want on the vacation trip, right? Like it's gonna get to that point.
We're getting there. I forgot about Running Man.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
It's gonna get to that point where you can just sit in and plug in and then have that fantasy with who or you know what, right? And I was also gonna mention with Elon's chatbot, Grok.
Okay.
They're now allowing their personalities, so you can access with different personalities as far as the interface of the chatbot is, right?
Okay.
They're allowing their personalities now, some of them to be more seductive, more outgoing, more crossing that line and threshold. Right. So when you were saying, do people still need pornography? I was actually thinking of the physical medium when you were saying that. That's why I was so quick to say no. That's why I was so quick to say no, not thinking of the actual implication of pornography itself and not the medium that it's on. But we're starting to see where it's actually now being put in AI, and I can see that particular service coming up where, they might even choose to use it as almost like a therapy tool. Bro, speaking of that, we watched this twisted movie yesterday. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, where a dude walks into the diner. I don't want to give away the premise, but it's hard to describe it without giving it away. But
Okay.
dude walks into this diner, right?
All right.
And he commits a crime. I'll just put it that way. He commits a crime,
Mm-hmm.
and before the scene is up, he's back into the diner again. And it's almost like a Groundhog Day type of thing,
Okay.
where the event keeps repeating
Repeating.
itself. Only to find out the premise of the movie is the event is actually repeating itself, but it's in the person's, it's induced memories in the person's mind.
Okay.
What they're doing is that person is an actual criminal
Reliving the crime scene
crime scene over and over and over again, in hopes that he'll do something different to prevent the crime from happening.
So what happens? Are they exonerated after if they do that?
If they come out with a situation, then they're deemed rehabilitated. So this is what I'm saying.
I'm kind of for that.
This is what I'm saying now. When you mention that whole situation of pornography using this level of technology now to say, okay, as opposed to you going out and raping somebody in the real life, no, we're now using this tool where you can say have this pleasure right there and then. Now, the follow-up to that now is, do we let that person continue on in that reality? Or do we say now, okay, we put up some mechanisms to try to curb that behavior as opposed to letting that behavior play out?
It's so weird.
In the imaginary world.
I know what you're talking about. Because it kind of brings back to your favorite movie, your Minority Report thing, whatever, right? Like I kind of look at
with the whole pre-crime type.
Yeah, with the precogs and stuff like that, whatever. I look at it stuff as like there should be measures and stuff kind of like in place and stuff prior.
Right.
Before it got to a thing. But the thing and stuff is that how do you have somebody, let's say, aim to the right direction? So let's say somebody and stuff has urges, right?
Right.
Bring it back to the porn thing. They have an urge and stuff, whatever, that, we'll call them an incel. They can't get no action. They can't get nothing going on. And then let's say in their nearest town and stuff, whatever, there's no readily prostitutes ready or available and stuff like that, right?
Right.
They're feeling these urges and stuff whatever to like build up to a level where like, they're like, it's kind of hard to contain where they're seeing regular women, like let's say in the community. I don't know. Let's say you see, well, that might be too pornographic, but I would say, let's say you saw somebody churning butter, a woman churning butter, they'd probably be like, oh shit, she could be doing that on my dick.
Yeah.
Something like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's thoughts to take him. How do you convince that person with these thoughts to go speak to somebody about those thoughts before acting upon these thoughts?
Right.
See, I look at it stuff as like where like pornography is so like easily accessible now.
Yeah.
To so many masses and stuff. I think that like it's kind of quicker to turn on the pornography than to say, Smooth, I have a problem and stuff, whatever. I seen this one lady down the street watering her grass. I thought about instantly jumping on and just like ripping off her pants.
Right.
And stuff like that, right?
Right.
And you're probably like, damn, go get you a woman. I'm trying.
Right.
I'm trying. No one's biting on the Tinders. No one's responding to the DMs.
Right.
I'm trying. You got somebody for me? No, you're married in your happy zone.
I got these VHS cassettes. Cause I'm a smart peddler.
You're the best. You're the best. Facts. I'm with it. Let's go for the intermission, break up the serious shit, and go. I agree. And if you bring the porn now, like on a serious thing, you bring the porn now, whatever.
Yeah.
It helped quell some of these urges.
Yeah.
But yet, still, you still let it be. Like, I would hope the person, I guess the me in this situation,
right,
would know for a fact this is only a Band-Aid solution.
Right.
This is not an end all to be all.
Yeah.
I think when people look at porn as an end all to be all, this is the problem.
Right.
It's not a Band-Aid solution and stuff like that, right? But everybody's treating it like it's an end all to be all. So that's why I look at it as I'm like, but a lot of the people have these urges and these feelings because I heard that they're chemically castrating like pedophiles, right?
Right, right.
And I remember one time we talked about like the sex doll cafes and stuff that they're trying to make and stuff in some parts and stuff of the world, right? If you're one of these pedos and stuff like that, whatever, I would probably assume they would probably want their dolls and stuff, whatever, to kind of look more childlike and everything. And I'm looking like, get out on a doll before you go even look at a freaking real life kid.
Right, right.
But then people will be at me and stuff saying like, no, you shouldn't do it at all. I can't tell what that person's urges and like means and stuff to get whatever the hell they want done and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because there's other places in the world, they're still selling kids.
Yeah.
They're
You just
trafficking
know if
kids.
this is going to prevent something horrible from happening,
Absolutely.
let's prevent it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to some real shit. Behave, fool. That was a good joke, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a good joke. Smart peddlers. Question of the week. Question of the week says, besides yourself, who do you have to forgive in order to heal properly?
Besides myself,
Yeah.
who do I have to forgive?
Because a lot of people like, you gotta learn to forgive yourself. No. We get that.
Yeah.
Besides that, for me, I'll cook.
Yeah.
Parents. And not all parents are bad. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I look at the stuff as that you have to be grateful that your two parents came together to help put you here.
Yeah.
Right? Your experiences and everything what you gain along the way and stuff, whatever. You have good parents that kind of prep you for the world, give you some things and stuff, whatever, during the process under their watch, and give you that love and support that you need. And there's other people and stuff that don't even speak to their parents.
Right. Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying this is the time to speak to parents and stuff, but I just look at it stuff as where, regardless of the fact of whoever they may be, you still have to be grateful. Without them, there is no you.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like that should be the start and stuff, whatever. Now, I'm not saying there's not deadbeat moms out here. I stand on it. There's deadbeat moms and stuff out here before you guys want to class the deadbeat dads.
Right.
But I look at it stuff as there's other people and stuff that you should forgive in order to properly heal. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna say friends who you can say
You no longer walk the same path.
yeah,
Why?
because you know what, it's taken you, it's actually a benefit when they leave you, even though you can't see it. And you really got to be able to, gotta thank a person who's able to see it when you're not able to see it.
So let's say you have a friendship and it went to the wayside, right?
Yeah.
Who was showing you that it was a benefit for you than it was like for you guys not to be together as friends than when you guys were? Who was that like guiding light or that person that showed you or something like that about the friend?
Well, I mean, listen, I think the first time I ever really experienced that was going to court, actually. And I was actually going to charge a police officer. They had pulled me over one night driving my sister's car, right? It had all the paperwork and so forth like that. And in the midst everything, an altercation had happened, right? So I was going to charge them and so forth like that. And then I always kind of looked up, to the gangsters who are on my block, but I was nowhere near or close to the gangsters, right?
That's right.
And I'd always want to hang with them. And we would hang to a certain extent, but when they're ready to do their gangster shit, it's not like a call smooth or call a thing or anything like that. And I never really realized what it was, as opposed to it more being like not the fact that they don't like me or anything like that. It's just that they understand that type of thing.
You're not a street dude.
I'm not a street dude, right? And as opposed to involving me and trying to make me a street dude, they weren't a part of that. And I think that really didn't kick in until that time that I was at the courthouse.
Okay.
Right? And I ran into
one of the
street dudes.
Okay.
Right? And he was there dealing with one of his cases. And he see me and he looked at me like, nigga, what you doing?
Right.
What you doing here? Right?
Right.
So when I told him exactly what was happening, I was like, yo, I'm here to do a new place to charge and so and so and so and so. And he looked at me, he goes,
thank God.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, he's like, yo, thank you. He goes, respect for you to do you because you're doing things that a lot of us can't. When he said that,
it all resonated with you.
It just it resonated in me. I was like saying to myself, I used to be mad at y'all because y'all wouldn't be fight or you wouldn't y'all bring me to hang out and stuff.
Me.
Call me when y'all is doing the thing. But then I realized, nah, you realize you're not calling Smooth for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth is not the type of person to be involved in that, and you're not involving Smooth in that.
I can respect a person like that.
No disrespect to Smooth, but this ain't your lane, homie.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. And it made me realize that and have a greater respect because we see it too often, kids drawing people into a lane that they don't need to be in order to make them bigger, in order to make them succeed further. And like we see it too much. It's not like when we grew up when it's like, nah, homie, this is not for you. It's not that time.
Why is that though? Like, and because I look at it stuff is that like the camaraderie was built different back then, or was it something where it's kind of like everybody just on a quest trying to fit in now?
It's the quest to try to fit in now. I mean, back that we're talking at a time when everybody's fighting to get out of the hood versus today everybody's glorifying the hood.
I like that. Well said.
Right? So, it's the glorification of the hood that makes everybody want to be a part of it. No, you need to be a part of this. What do you mean you go be a doctor, man? Nah, you just fancy like me. You're going to go work for it. No, this hustle is quick. It's quick. It's easy. Just do this, do that. You know what I mean? That the fast life is so alluring now that it's the product of what the hood provides. And we're not trying to get away from that. Matter of fact, we're trying to embrace that type of mentality. But no, I can respect the person who is looking at me to say, hey, this is not for you. Sorry, you can't hang with me.
You're not like us.
Yeah.
I know.
Shucks.
You're because like it would feel a type of way and stuff for there to realize it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
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 Nah, you got to forgive that person, man. You got to be like, yo, you looked out for me more than I saw.
More than I could see with my own two eyes.
And I appreciate you.
I appreciate that, yo. Dude, I look at him all the time. I'm like, yo, you're right. You made me made me understand my position, right? You made me look like I'm privileged. Like ain't nobody gonna look at you and say which police officer assaulted you, you thug, you criminal, you this, that, and the third. You know,
you have no record, so they'd be like, oh shit, he's a standing upright citizen.
Yeah.
Let me ask you real quick. How old were you when the situation took place with the court?
I want to say around 18, 19.
Wow. And you're 51 now.
Yeah.
So did you see, let's say, oh shit, he was looking out for me, like the dude from the block was looking out for me like at that appointed time when you were in court? Or did you see it and stuff and understand a lot more like older past that mark?
No, I seen it right there. I seen it right there.
Your self-awareness is higher
then.
than the average.
Yeah.
Because an 18-year-old to kind of get that, whatever, they be like, nah, man, you just don't like me.
Yeah.
They might take it as somebody like, you just don't like me. That's why I went to go kick it with the other guys from the other block.
Yeah, and I think you know what it was too, because again, like going like to the parties and stuff like that. Like I was cool to do that stuff, and you know I've been cutting the hair, so everybody would come and check me at my house, you know, get their haircuts and stuff like that. So it's not like there's no social interaction with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that certain things that, you know, my social interaction goes so far and then it stops because what they're about, I'm not about, right? And they understood that, as opposed to trying to make me about that, which would probably made me take me down a path where I'm not supposed to go, made me end up being sorry. Nah, you break my heart and, you know, leave me on the dance floor and go do what you got to do, knowing that me being on the dance floor is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Well said, man. I like that. Yeah, I like how everything kind of full bring and stuff, and you caught it early enough. Like I said, you're blessed, because not a lot of people and stuff can really be self-aware and stuff to that level. It's like, nah, you don't fuck with me like that, so screw you. You know. But then when you're given the lesson, like, nah, the lane we're in is a different lane and stuff from when you're in. Where I was in a world where I was like, yo, I needed to get money,
right,
at a teenage age and stuff like that, and I had other people's like, let's go get this bread.
And see, and that's two different. This is what I'm saying. This is like two.
That's
different,
what I said. I was like,
two different extremes.
Exactly.
Right?
Your awareness is way up and stuff compared to mine. Mine's is like, what we gotta do? Okay, we gotta pull this up like this, and we gotta do some things. And I was like, okay, all right. And then we realized, like, shit, this person got a record. This person got a record. You might not be able to do certain type of things with a record.
Right.
I get it. Well said, man.
Yeah,
Lesson
man.
learned.
It's funny because but his go by the name of Boomhead, and like I said, I can picture what he was wearing, exactly what he had on that day, that day, because that day he just put a whole bunch of things in perspective for me, and
that was an inflection moment in your life.
Yeah. And I realized. And another thing it made me realize is that, you like when we talk, you know, this is just another glimpse of how you see things. But the conversations that we have, I'm like, I know you're an intelligent guy, just in the wrong situation in the wrong time. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be striving anywhere else, put you in anywhere else, another situation, you'd be striving. You know what I mean? And it just makes me. Just like I said, it was an inflection for sure, and just made me see people different and situations different. But I definitely would say, yo, man, I forgive you all those times when I said, you bring me along. See?
And look, you became a greater man.
Oh, it is, eh?
That's dope. Let's get to the Ask the Sons, man. First Ask the Sons comes from Goodtime. What is this should be free service that always costs money?
Putting air in your tire. It used to be free. Used to be free. Listen.
I changed my tires this week.
You changed your tires this week?
There was one day, I promise you, I put some shit in the back, probably put some weight on the car. I saw the tire go down. I'm looking like, what the heliante? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put some tire on it before I even bust a move and watch it, whatever. Because I'm like, I probably drove over something.
Right.
When I pulled up, $2.50 Canadian. $2.50 fucking cents Canadian. To get air for what? 200 seconds?
It's insane. It's insane. You know, I knew they were crafty with it when I started seeing they had the touch card thing for your card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I normally would have like small little change
right
on me, and if not, whatever, it might be in a whip. But I looked at it stuff, I was like, touch screen. So I touch screen, they're like, please tap debit or da-da-da. I'm like, well, fuck you guys. I was like, this is me checking a bag in on the airplane.
Oh,
When I saw this question
yeah.
and stuff, I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it was free.
It used to be
What?
free.
Yeah, because
You used to be allowed 2 bags.
Yo, this world's different. This world's different.
It's different.
It's different. All right. Next question comes from Pedal Dreamer. What's your go-to first date question to get a vibe on someone? Ooh. What's your go-to question? I got mine. I know you haven't been dating and stuff in like eons.
Like, damn.
My favorite date question and stuff to say is I'll look at a woman and stuff on a first date and be like, tell me some things a man must have in order to date you. Tell me 3 things a man must have in order to date you. Just keep it short to 3. And it varies from different women to women. I got women with like, I heard women say job, car, somewhere to live. I heard women say open mind, a good personality, and able, like, you know, and family orientated.
Okay.
So it varies from women. You can get like materialistic things, you get personality traits.
Yeah.
That's my favorite go-to question and stuff for her. And then just have the person expound on that.
Yeah.
On each of those things.
Mine, I mean, when back in the day, I used to ask, I used to ask, the outfit that you have on, was that your first choice?
If she said yes, then what?
Yes lets me know that she's a planner and that she thinks things ahead.
Okay, Smooth.
And then if she says no, then my next question is, well, what number outfit is that?
And then she might like, this is my 3rd. I didn't want to wear this because I want to seem like a
So
hoochie.
now it lets me know her thinking process. Between, did she decide right away that this is the outfit that she's going to wear? Or did she sit down and go through? So if it's like, if she said, oh, this is like the 5th outfit, then, she's thinking
indecisive?
things. Yeah, indecisive. She got to think things through. Right? Yeah. So that's kind of my gauge questions.
I like that. Okay. Last question comes from Naughty Girl. Naughty Girl. What's something you've slowly lost interest in as you've gotten older?
Theme parks.
Yes. I was going to say New Year's Eve.
Yes.
I remember it was a big thing and stuff. Like, I remember specifically, like, I seen some old photos of like me and the squad.
Right.
From back then, and something like, oh shit, we were young. I'm like, oh, this is one New Year's Eve party. I'm like, and this was at Atlantis. Remember Atlantis?
Atlantis.
Yeah, exactly. Like I went to one there. I went to one in like Yorkville. I was like, yo, look here, dog. If I'm with a woman,
that's it.
That's all I really need.
That's the only partying you're thinking of.
That's the only thing I need.
It's the only partying you are thinking of.
She could be in pajamas. She could be wearing nothing. As long as I'm with a woman. Happy New Year. All right. Turn over.
That's it.
Theme parks, though, as you get older, I heard like you start building up like more fluid in your ear.
Right.
In your ear fluid and stuff, whatever, right? So equilibrium and vertigo and balance is easy to happen.
Yeah.
I used to be throw me on there. I remember, what was it? Top Thrill Dragster. This is when it's in Cedar Point.
Okay.
This bitch is supposed to go like 127 miles per hour. It's fast.
And
then it goes fast one way, and then it goes fast kind of in reverse and stuff like that. I don't know if my feeble brain can take that type of rumbling and shaking whatever. And much as like, my eyes get dry now. I walk with eye drops and shit.
Right.
Kind of old now, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck a theme park. Amusement park. If I'm going there for the food. Now I know why the parents go there for the food.
The walk.
The walk. You're going for the walk. Because the food is expensive as fuck.
The food is expensive as fuck.
Yeah. Ditto. Okay. Yeah, we're here.
We're here?
We did it. Looks like we made it. So say the Suns this week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So say the Suns this week says your next move is more important than your last mistake.
So says the Suns.
Focus on what's going on next, what's happening in the now. Because something like that, I was listening to some Glorilla and I thought about it and stuff, whatever. She's like, I don't give a fuck about a credit score. I might be rich tomorrow. If you have that much of a focused money move,
right,
lean into that.
Yeah.
It's part of us telling you to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So focus on your next move then compared to like, oh man, this didn't go right. I don't know. That helps kill your plans for your next great move. So say the Suns this week, once again, your next move is more important than your last mistake.
So says the Suns.
We appreciate you guys for rocking with us. And yes, go Jays, go. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. You can find this.
You
can see us. TikTok, we see you. All those other countries and stuff in Europe, Lithuania. What's the other one? Belgium. I was gonna say waffles. I am sorry,
House.
Belgium folks.
Waffle House.
I am not disrespecting y'all. We appreciate
y'all make the best waffles. Ain't no disrespect.
Y'all giving us numbers.
Yeah, ain't no disrespect.
Shout out to the plays over there. We got to start giving y'all more recognition and stuff like that. We will start doing that a little bit more. We appreciate the Cali folks and stuff for rocking with us. Yes, and to the folks that are not in those places, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Once again,
Belgium, send us some waffles, man. Send us some waffles, man.
If you can send some Podical Sun waffles and the bitches is soft when they get shipped here, say less. I'm for it. Luxembourg. Once again, man.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the heist.
Which heist?
Oh, the heist, the big heist at the. Man.
No. We got to get to that because that guy's I don't think he's gonna get caught.
You don't think he's gonna get caught?
I hope not.
No.
I don't want to. I want to call no attention because we fuck around did it to Epstein, and the whole world knows about Epstein after us. You heard Epstein here, so
see y'all later.
Thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Go Heights, go.
Peace and love,
yo.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.